Hey, you two, welcome to week 3 of the course here. So, real quick video. I got my scenery up here. I touch on topic in the undergrad course, and Jamie, you'll see this twice. But anyway, I'll keep it short. Basically, talking about comfort zones. Both of you are probably you're doing your MBA, so you're well out of your comfort zone. But there may be other things or people you can share these thoughts with. As far as how resistant to change and staying in your comfort zone can hold you back from success. There may be lots of things you want to do professionally or even personally. Things, some people call them bucket list or whatever it is. Maybe something like, photography or, skydiving or some other, extreme sports. But it doesn't have to be extreme sports. It could be surfing or, a bunch of other things. Be it personal or professional. The whole point is, getting out of your comfort zone so you're not complacent, you're not afraid to do things, and you just, it helps you, just move ahead a little bit. So that's my point. Everything you've ever wanted is right outside your comfort zone. So I kind of like that little phrase there. Anyways, I'll get out of here. Real quick here. So the main thing we're doing here is building each week on this project. So one of the things though is it's an APA project. We've got we've got the template here, but this is just a template. This is not a copy of the template. Um, so when I look here, and I either have already or will be sending you something depending on what I've seen on what you've done already. But when you're doing this right here is a header. I'm assuming. Uh, we're familiar with APA. You have the APA manual. You know how to do understand how to do APA papers. So when you get into the papers, things like this, if you're citing something, you don't put the website in here. You don't copy and paste entire paragraphs and things like that. There's a certain format on how things are supposed to be laid out. So again, back here, so the current performance, you would not paste this question in there. You would actually write a paragraph or so on current performance, and then this would be your heading, your main heading, which is center bold, and your next heading would be strategic posture, center bolded. What are the corporate? So then you'd go into maybe a paragraph on the on these objectives, these points here, or you can do subheadings. Um, in this situation, I suggest just doing a paragraph or two that covers these topics within a couple of paragraphs. So, and again, when you're in there, any websites or anything that's in references, that's not in here. You just cite the author of the website like you would have here, like either like this way or like this way at the end of a sentence within the paragraph. If you're citing something. So it just depends on which way you're doing it. And then again, so here you get into the next heading, board of directors, and then you do a paragraph or so on that, or break it into subheadings depending on how you want to do it, and so forth. So anyway, that's my point there. The thing I don't want you doing is extra work there. So I mean, depending on where you're at for week 3 here, if we need to hold off, we can hold off on submitting so we can get the first week or two edited and readjusted. So by the time you get to week 5, you're just adding to. You're not rewriting the whole thing. So, all right. So enough of that. I will let you go. I'll give you my test question real quick, and you have to watch this twice, Jamie. All right, and then the second one, of course, is the other grandkid. So what's he doing there? So with that, I will let all of you go. Have a great week. If you got any questions, let me know, and I'll get back with you. But just hold off on. I mean, you can work on it, but hold off on submitting until we get the first 2 weeks kind of ironed out here. I just want to make sure you're in the right direction, and you know getting a correct understanding on APA. So, all right, take care. Have a great week. Get in touch if you need anything.